Wait, we're going down this time.
Well, that's new. I thought this would end in the penthouse again.
It's not.
Thank you for telling me it was down. I like how I tried to stream earlier to get around that happening, and it still does. Internet here is pretty meme-worthy. And usually when it does that, it goes down in like the whole town. That's what's funny too. Even at the game center, it went down, and they have like fiber internet.
This is definitely very
Pretty nuts.
Which way do we go now?
If it does it again, I probably won't come back.
It doesn't really matter. Welcome to my empire.
Oh, we've been here before.
Yeah, we kicked that backstabbing daughter of yours out the window.
I heard.
And now we're gonna do the same to you.
But like, not out the window since we're underground now.
Right.
You've met my two children, but I'd like to introduce you to the rest of my family now. These are my new Yakuza soldiers. Stronger, faster, modified to kill anything I tell them without question or hesitation. Ladies, gentlemen, get rid of these two nuisances.
Gotta find a way out of here.
Don't bother fighting it. These modified Yakuza learn with each punch you throw. Eventually, you'll fall to death.
I wish you'd eventually shut up. vaulted metal door. $10 says Sabu's behind there.
I don't have $10. Can we just make a friendly bet?
Sure.
You'll never get inside here, though you're welcome to try.
Hey, check out those 3 wires. I wonder where they lead.
Damn it, Tess! I thought you said you finished the security doors. Ah.
This feels so much better. I'm glad I didn't play through again on Switch.
Fire let us in here.
Not worth it at all.
Machine
This
looks
feels
pretty expensive.
so much better. I feel like the Switch is going to explode. Actually running like it's supposed to.
One machine down. I bet if we destroy all 3, we can open that huge door. Another machine down.
We're breaking things and I love it.
It won't mean anything. You're too late. Doctor, begin the...
Last one. Let's go see if that big door's open now.
Come on in. I'm ready for you.
Alright, let's change the build a little bit. Take this off. What's the best thing for this fight? Kind of a lot of things in this game are really useless unless you're doing a very specific thing. They want you to switch him out a lot, I guess. Because the recruit healing is not going to do anything for me right now. I don't know if status effects work on bosses just by what I normally go for. I know they usually don't work, but maybe this game is better than that. Not worth the risk, though. I'll probably take this, actually, because I already move pretty fast. It's like going to be a marginal difference in speed, I think.
I never thought it would come to this. I am unstoppable.
Really don't like how the bosses get out of combos randomly. Feels pretty lame.
I'll decorate the walls of you.
Like, there should be, like, an actual rule for it. I think that's one thing they really botched in this game. It's not that you can't combo them, it's that it's, like, basically random when they get out. It's pretty dumb. Why couldn't they just, like, limit how many launches you could do or something? I think Jitsu Squad pulls off the bosses a lot better than this does.
No. This is
Problem with
impossible.
Jitsu Squad
I am
is
unstoppable.
they don't tell you how that system works. But
At least that
the
serum
problem
seems to
with
be
this
wearing
game
off.
is they just get out, like, randomly. So, it never feels satisfying when you get a combo in this game at all, because sometimes they let you do cool stuff, other times they don't. That's definitely something they should fix. Like, just make it have a rule, like, you know, you can only launch them, like, twice, or, like, put them towards the wall twice in OTG or something. That would be so much better. It feels like when you fight bosses in this game that it just doesn't matter. It's like they just get out when they feel like it. There's nothing wrong with bosses getting out of combos in combo-heavy games. There just needs to be some formula to it. I was hoping that maybe they would fix that in this version, but no, it's still a problem. It feels like every time you hit them and you try to do something, that you're just like rolling the dice, which is not how it should feel. It should be more like Streets 4 and Jitsu Squad, which are also like combo-based beat-em-ups. Like, hey, you can do cool stuff, but there's a formula to it. You can't do it forever. And you can still do a lot of damage, but you have to work for it and understand how things work. But in this game, it's just... it's like Tales in a way. like Tales series jank. Where, like, sometimes they let you combo them, and other times they just walk through it. Or they get out. Which has been a constant problem in Tales games. I don't get why everyone likes to make their games like that. It's like, just make a formula. Because it's like really fun to work like within those restrictions and still like
I'm sorry, but
still do combos and stuff, but you have to think about it. You can't just button mash. Yeah, the boss fights in this game are a mixed bag.
No, it was all me. I started.
You should at least make it, maybe make the parries more useful.
I told Dad
like
when you got beat up.
if you parry, then you get a couple seconds to combo them, and they don't get out, like, no matter what. At least something like that.
We can get a new start.
They don't want to make it like a whole, like, complex formula, like Jitsu Squad and Streets. Should at least do that. I guess it just feels dumb. Like, every time I launched him, it's like a coin flip if he's gonna stay in it or not. Let's see if this changes a bit.
That was an adventure. Yep. I think we all learned something though. About friends and family and standing up for what you...
Jeez, enough yapping. Are you gonna take your turn or not?
Right. Sorry.
Ooh, get him! Punch that vampire!
VP2 is so much better than the last game.
Doorbell. I'll get it. Huh? What are you two doing here?
Did you really think we'd miss this adventure?
Yeah. Get up, losers. It's time for a rematch. But we already finished.
Yeah, Sab was beaten up, his empire's in ruins. The end.
You idiot! I told you we should have come straight here!
It was your idea to stop for smoothies on the way, Hasabe.
You know I get low blood sugar, Mommy.
Looks like we beat the game.
So what now?
You want to play through again?
You're on.
Probably from the beating in the last game. Yeah, this game is pretty good, but there's 2 garbage boss fights, and the other boss fights suffer from random hits done. Wait a minute, what's gonna happen? But I beat the game, what happened? What happened? Can you only do New Game Plus once? I was hearing... I heard about that. You can only do New Game Plus once. Which is another aspect of stupid design in this game. I'm thinking that's what happened. But I did transfer my save from the Switch, so I don't know if that's true, but... the people that beat the game twice before in the other version said, yeah, you can only do it once. Yeah, I transferred my save from the Switch, because I didn't feel like playing through it again. I was about to start another one, but it doesn't seem like they let you. Just kind of... What sense does that make? What sense does that make? Like... There's 6 characters in this game, you can't really play them all in one run. Even if you have another person to play this with, that's still 3 playthroughs to play as everybody. Why am I, like, locked out of it? That's pretty stupid. I would have played as somebody else if I knew that. I was hoping that maybe they would fix that, but... Nope, this game's just kind of like dead end. What's worse is all the stuff does carry over, but you can't play again, so... Some really stupid stuff in this game. I'm sorry, like... This makes, like, no sense. I like the game enough, it's got its faults, yes, but I was down to play this again as another character, but they won't let me. I can't fight any of the bosses again, there's no refights. Weird. I'll have to ask in their Discord. I mean, I'm not really playing the game in an intended way, but I've heard from other people that the console versions are like that right now, too. If you try to play more than once, the game just tells you you can't. So, I'm going to assume it's not on me. It very well could be, but yeah, it's not letting me do New Game Plus at all. It's just like, nope.
Please purchase some fine. Leave.
I feel like they really rushed this game out. The fact that they delayed this game like 2 weeks from the Asian version, and then the frame rate was still messed up. Like, what's going on with that? Like, he didn't really fix anything. Luckily, the reviews for this game are recovering. At least there's that. They're back up at mostly positive now instead of being at mixed like they were before because they fixed the frame rate. But it's just like makes no sense. You should be able to play the game again. It's kind of dumb to just kind of block you from it for no reason. I'd say it's that, and the random hit stun on the bosses is like the worst thing in this game. But like, I wanted to play this again, but now I can't. It won't let me. It's completely like just blocking me from playing again, which is dumb. Why can't I play again? It's like when arcade games don't have loops. It's like, don't you want to make more money from people? There's a lot of arcade beat-em-ups and stuff out there that have, like, no loops. Yeah, they desperately need to patch that in, or someone needs to make a mod, because I'm like, I can't play anymore. I was gonna play as this as, like, every character, but they're not letting me do that for some reason. That would make too much sense. We don't want you to keep playing the game. We want you to move on to something else. What kind of backwards design is that? I like the game. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's not without its flaws, but it's still a solid game. Like, why can't I play more if I want to? Alright, how many of the accessories do I have now? I think I'm only missing a couple. Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for this game. I'll try, like, rebooting the game again, but I don't think you just, like, didn't patch that in for some reason. Why does it even need to be patched in? It should be, like, basic stuff. Play, like, Tails game is kind of, like, a lot like this game structure. It's like it's got a set story and ending and everything, but you can play through it again as many times as you want. It plays the characters and everything, but nope, this game just stops. It's weird. What happens if I leave? No fun allowed, I guess. I was about to start up another one, but nope. Yeah, I just can't. I can't play the game again, apparently. Incredible. They don't even let you copy your save. Like, if I could at least copy my save, that wouldn't be as bad, but nope. We don't want you to keep playing this game. I want you to move on and play something else, I guess. Alright. I'm I'm not quite sure I understand the logic behind that, but that seems to be what's happening. You get one new game plus, and then the game just ends. It really should have just pushed that game back, honestly. Like, finish it. It's a good game. There's lots of problems with it, but, like, why can I not play the game again? What sense does that make? Like, nope, you're having too much fun. You need to stop having fun. Stop enjoying our game we worked hard on. I'm trying to see if anybody else has got something about this, but nope, it seems like, no, you just can't play anymore. The game's just toast. All I could do is free roam. Which isn't that bad, to be fair, but still makes absolutely no sense. I'm not seeing anything about a New Game Plus repeat. Alright, well, let's play something else. They don't want you to keep playing. It's Dawn of the Monsters all over again. Like, the game is fun enough that you want to keep playing it, but they don't let you. Alright, well, let's go ahead and switch games. I was gonna try again, but no fun allowed, I guess. Actually, that's the third game I played this year. Not even the third game, the third beat 'em up I played this year with that problem. First it was Dawn of the Monsters, and then Jitsu Squad, and then the River City Girls 2. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. They're all like great games, and they all have very different combat. They're not just like carbon copies of each other, and they came out within months of each other. They all have the same problem. They like don't want you to keep playing. I think Jitsu Squad is worse though. At least in Dawn of the Monsters and River City Girls, you can free roam in River City, and then in Dawn, at least you can replay levels. But I think Jitsu Squad is the worst one in terms of the replayability, because you have to unlock all the moves again. And by the time you do that, the game is already over. New Game Plus in that kind of game should be like a default thing you shouldn't have to wait for. I'm looking forward to the next Tales game not having New Game Plus. Probably something they're working on right now. Let's get rid of our core feature that A lot of JRPGs still don't have. Like, no New Game Plus anymore. It's gone. That was like the one thing I wanted them to fix the most too. I heard that was a problem before, but now that I'm like really enjoying the game and it's running at the speed it's supposed to, it like really sucks. I don't get the reasoning behind that at all. Alright, well. Sorry if you wanted more of that game. It kind of prevented me from playing it anymore.
Fighter 6.
Okay, why is the stick not working? Is this thing not going to take my stick? I'm going to stop playing this right now if that's the case. Hold on a minute. Was it just like not take my stick or what? Jeez, like, video games just don't want to work for me. What the fuck? Why does it not take the stick? Jeez, man. It's so hard to just play something. Like, come on. I'm not buying a fucking PS5 stick for one thing. Come on, load! It takes fucking forever to get into the options, too. Let's, like, stop doing this. Can I just, like, get into the options right away? It's a fucking pain to just get into the options. What the fuck? Can I play or not? Yeah, the mouse works fine, thanks. Get me to the fucking options. Man, I can't play it because it doesn't take the stick. It's refusing to take it. I don't care about vibration. Why does it not take the fucking stick? You want people to play this game? It's refusing to work. Great game. Jeez, man, I can't I just play something? I think wants me to fucking play it right now. Why does it not support my stick? It's working fine here. Great. Maybe it'll take that. Oh wait, it says PlayStation. I gotta sit through all those fucking logos to get back. It's like not taking it in direct input mode at all. Incredible. I thought the stick was broken. I wouldn't even be mad if that was the case. I've had this thing for years. I'm not even mad about that. It's just like, why the fuck doesn't it just support it by default? Alright, is it working now? I think it's working. Need to show you like 30 logos first.
Street Fighter 6.
Jeez. You make it faster to get into games and get into gameplay. You shouldn't have to go through like 30 logos and load screens. It's the worst thing about games. Especially when you're trying to test something out like this. I just want to see if the controls work. I thought they were going to do some real douchebag thing and tell me I need to get a PS5 stick. Like, yeah, I'm not playing your game at all, if that's the case. Yeah, I got a key. Just wanted to try it out. Why is my connection unstable? Fucking California. What gives? That's a big problem with,
We currently have a player on a winning
That's why the FTC doesn't like to adopt the PS5, because a lot of the sticks don't work. It has to be patched in separately, so...
The featured player's win streak has been stopped.
A lot of players... I'm not, but it's free. I'll take free.
A new challenger.
Like the button stopped working. You can't train by yourself. I hate that.
Which team you?
Round 1. Fight.
This game is alright, I guess. Seems better than 5, but I'd rather play something else. Since nobody likes the games I play. Like DNF Duel, no one plays that. I like Grid, no one plays that. All anyone wants to play is this and Tekken. Don't particularly like either. Wish I could just train by myself. Like how they don't even let you practice. I don't even know how to play. It forces me to play people. Can't I like make a private and just try the game?
Round 2. Fight.
All of the fighting games I liked had people playing them. I would never even touch this. Nobody likes the fun fighting games. I wish Battle for the Grid still got content. That's like my favorite fighting game. Way more up my alley than this. This is like okay to me, but... I want to just trade. Did they like not give you a training mode? Yeah, but I actually like playing that game. It's just kind of like not really that fun to me, and not just because I'm losing. just don't like the gameplay that much. It's kind of boring.
Kimberly wins!
I don't know why they don't give you trading mode. I get that they want you to test the online, but like, I don't know how to play the game. Like, can I make like a private lobby and just try? I force you to play. Should have a training mode. Probably won't buy this game anyway. I like how the buttons stop working when somebody joins. It gives you that like little mini panic attack. Like, if my stick stop working, like No, for some reason the game just like stops taking inputs when somebody joins. That's the second time. So I like don't use this stick much, so I wasn't really going into it expecting it to work.
Easy operation. Round 2. Fight! I'm just on another level. Round 2. Fight! Sonic boom! Sonic boom! Perfect! Perfect!
my reaction exactly. I'm not very good at Street Fighter.
Kimberly wins! Round one. Fight! Sonic boom! Sonic boom! I'm just on another level. Round two. Fight! Kyle wins! Round one. Fight! You're done. Easy operation. Round two. Fight! Sonic boom! Yeah!
Trying to air block because I'm used to DGen fighting games, not normie fighting games like this. I'm used to grid. I didn't like that about DNF Duel either. You couldn't air block. I get that they didn't want people to chicken
We
block,
currently
but
have a player on
they're
the
kind of dumb. Like, it has such crazy offense in that game, but you can't air block. I lost a lot because of that alone. That was like, one of the things that made me lose the most in that game was
We currently have a player on a winning streak.
the fact that you couldn't chicken block.
A new challenger.
D-Gen fighting games kind of train you to chicken block. That's why I need another, need a more
Nowhere to
interesting
run.
fighting game than this to play.
You call, I answer.
This is alright, I guess. I'm not really feeling it that much, though. Double reversal. These wind poses take too long.
Round 2. Fight. Judy wins! Round 1. Fight!
It's coming to PS4 as well. So I think putting out a fighting game on PS5 only is a death sentence right now. As much as it would sell, PlayStation 5s, they really suck for the community. Fighting games don't really need that much power, so it's more like other competitive games. First-person shooters and battle royales and stuff. Would have been nice if this was exclusive, but probably would have kept the game on rival. That's honestly.
That felt good, didn't it?
The fighting game community doesn't even put a game on PC, even though most of the popular fighting games, the best version of PC. Not talking about the frame rate, obviously. I mean, fighting game has to run at 60 FPS, but the input lag and stuff. The fact that you can play with like any stick is a pretty big thing as well. There's no money in the community, so you're still gaming on PS4. The fighting game community is never going to switch to PC, except for ours. We game on PC in our game place that I go to. They're ahead of the curve. But it's also like an actual game center. It's not just like somebody's garage. Pretty big difference, of course. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ has the least input lag. I know KOF 15 does as well. The other thing that sucks about current gen fighting games is that the developer has to support the old sticks by themselves. There's no built-in support for it. Hopefully they make it run well on PS4, because that has been a problem in other fighting games. Like Marvel 3 and TVC had certain levels that would lag it, so if you're playing competitively, people just played on Bond Wonderland and the training level. A lot of the other ones would drop frames sometimes, so hopefully they won't have that problem here. I think Street Fighter V was pretty good about that, actually. It's mostly just the stages that were like shit to play on because the background was too disorienting. There was that one on the airplane, the one that's supposed to be Rashid's stage. Like, they banned that one because the background is moving too much. It was causing motion sickness, and like playing like a high stakes match for money on that level is not really fair. And then the beach one. But yeah, that has been a problem too. A lot of the like really popular fighting games, they have like certain stages you can't play on because it'll drop frames, and like it probably doesn't matter too much, like just casual randoms like me playing, but like in a tournament, anything where like money is involved. TVC is another one. The Burning Temple stage, that's banned in tournaments for that game as well because they it causes too much lag. But yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna have the balls to put out a new fighting game only on current gen. There's too many problems. Yeah, PC is the best place to play fighting games for like a number of reasons. It's actually like objectively better than console. It's just obviously it's more expensive to build a gaming PC than a console. But there's a number of reasons. First is even if the game has bad netcode, it's still most people are playing wired. So most people have their computers right next to their router. So the selection of players with good internet is going to be better. The second is that most of the modern ones, like I think Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, KOF, they all have the least input lag on PC. The other thing is that it will support any kind of stick that you can throw at it. That's the other thing about current gen fighting games that really sucks. A lot of them only want you to use PS5 sticks, which is like legit a waste of money. Because every fighting game is on PS4. There's not like a single exclusive one, so It's kind of stupid to suggest that people need to go buy another one. Because there's no exclusive games for it at all, let alone fighting games. And then of course you don't have to pay for online too, so it's like objectively better, but the community is just dirt poor. They can't get sponsors to stick around. The little community that we have here is an exception because we have an actual like gaming center with PCs, so they do all their stuff on PC there, but most places are not like that. I feel like if they had made Street Fighter V exclusive, it probably would have sold a lot more. But there's just too many problems. Even if you have the money to buy them for like a gaming center or your community or a tournament or something, they're still hard to get. And then a lot of the sticks don't work too, so you have to use adapters and stuff, and then sometimes the adapters fuck with things too. It's just a mess. Eventually they'll have to move on, but I'm pretty sure like the next, probably not for another, I'd say 2 years at best, we'll probably start getting exclusive fighting games. But there's too many problems. I just listed all the reasons why PC is better, but they're not wanting to move on. It solves a lot of the problems right there. The fact that any stick works and the input lag is less.
The King of Fighters.
But I don't think this batch of fighting games has as many performance issues. Marvel 3 got kind of boring to watch because they would just play on this training stage or Bond Wonderland. Because those were like the only ones that didn't lag. I think people forget about that. A lot of traditional fighting games have like backgrounds that legit lag the game, so if you're playing at like a high level, you can't play those, right? You can't play on those levels. The last thing you want to do is lose first place because the game drops frames and you fuck up your combo. I'm glad that's been less of an issue this past gen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. Well, Street Fighter V makes a lot of compromises, that's why.
Ready? Go!
Like the backgrounds run at like 30 FPS, that's why the NPCs in the back look really choppy. I think it actually really... I don't like the backgrounds in Street Fighter V because they don't look like real people. They're moving all choppy like they're NPCs, which they are, of course, but... But they did that so that more of the levels could be seen in like tournament play. They recognized that that was a problem with a lot of other fighting games. I mentioned a bunch of them already. Marvel 3 especially. A lot of the more interesting levels to look at were laggy, so high level play, they were unusable. TVC is a famous one as well. For being a Wii fighting game, that game runs surprisingly well, but that Burning Temple is like the coolest level, but competitive-wise, it's unplayable. You can't play on that map.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go! 受けてみろ!
Get
Get
like how this game has the same problem that like every other fighting game with Trials has, where like most of them are not practical to use. Like they look cool, but they're too resource heavy. I think the best game I played like that has a trial mode that's like actually worth doing would definitely be Skullgirls. Skullgirls doesn't waste your time with like super stupid combos to do that like you'll never do in a real match unless you want it to be a coin flip whether you lose or not. Like every other game that has the trials, like they suck. The DNF Duel actually was okay. It taught you some decent combos, but still, like if you want to learn how to play the game, it's better to go online. Under Night and Birth and Melty Blood, those games had pretty decent trials as well. It's not a complete waste of time to do them. KOF 13 is the perfect example. So is Marvel 3, Marvel Infinite. Those are shitty combos to do. There's easier ones to do that are more practical, that you would actually use in a real match, where like some kind of stakes are involved. Even a lot of trials in modern fighting games suck. They give you this false impression that you need to do them to be good. It's like, no. Good players can get by with simple combos that are optimal. They do the most damage, or they use the least resources, or they give you an option for Oki or something. That's one thing that really big pet peeve of mine with most modern fighting games. They teach people how to play them in like really shitty ways.
Registration.
Like the trial should be like, why can't I train?
Registration.
Hello? Is this not gonna work?
Registration.
No. I can't train! What the fuck? Why is every game just like not wanting to work? I want to try the game. I push start and it goes twice. What the fuck? God. Show the Switch games? Not tonight, no. Why? What did you want to see? I know better than to waste time on those trials. They're usually a waste of time. It's pretty much Skullgirls. Under Night actually taught you some really good combos too. Like overhead starts and low starts. And like counter combos and stuff. Those were actually worth doing. I did a bunch of those. I feel like they're just content creator bait. And I say that as a content creator myself. People will watch. They'll watch you do them. But like actually doing those in a match is usually just it's making things harder for yourself. Marvel 3 trial mode is completely useless. There's nothing in there that it teaches you that you would use in a real match. Marvel Infinite is like a little bit better, I think, but still like, no. You're better off watching a video from like a channel like mine. Of course, the problem with that is you have to go outside the game to do that, so most people don't want to bother, but that's kind of the reality of it. KOF 14 had shit trials too. I did a couple of those. I'm like, these aren't even remotely practical. They don't teach you anything about the character. They're either like really universal, or they want you to burn through like 5 bars for like 20% damage. As the scaling kicks in so much. I definitely hope the next batch of fighting games will work on improving that. Like, if you want somebody to spend hours in that mode, then it should actually be worth your time. It shouldn't be this stuff where you do it and it's like balls hard with like frame perfect links and stuff, but then like there's a combo you can learn in like 2 minutes that does more damage and no bar. Fighting games are kind of messed up, really. I don't know what's going to happen to the community, honestly. I think this next transition is going to be the worst. PS3 to PS4 was not bad. Mostly because the stick still worked. Most games they already did just by default. This one I have right now works on PS3 as well. all I have to do is flip a switch. But from 4 to 5 is going to be awful. I think it won't kill the FGC, but it's really going to hold it back. That's why I built a gaming PC, is fuck paying for the online. I can't stand doing that. Waste of money. Let's try Jitsu Squad on stick. How about that? I don't know, maybe when the next Switch comes out, the FGC will be saved. I feel like that's what needs to happen at this point. Big stuff up. Trying to get this to work on stick, but it's like this game has a lot of buttons. It's kind of hard to get it to work. Just transform. How do I parry? Maybe I'll just use the... I can just use that, I guess. Alright, let's try to get this to work. It'd be fun to play this on stick. This game is actually going to have an arcade port. I don't know if people knew that. There is going to be an arcade port for this at some point. Let's see if that works.
I was down to kick some ass.
Ninja! Viva!
This is all messed up. Why doesn't it, like, take my controls normally? Just put it like that, maybe. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know how they're gonna make this work on stick. The buttons are all screwed up.
Omega B! Omega B! Omega B!
I think the key is to just get rid of the parry command. I don't know if it just doesn't like my stick or what mode am I in right now? Let me see. I'm in PS4 mode right now, so it should just work. Gotta keep all these the same. Put tag here and that here. Doesn't work. This game needs less buttons. Doesn't feel like really made for a stick at all. It doesn't work right. At least if you're trying to tag, it's all messed up.
More midi blade!
Why does that? I keep telling that to like not do that. Controls are too complicated for the stick. Okay, tag here. That there. Will that work? No? What the fuck? Is this like my arcade stick? What are the other options? Maybe I can get around this somehow. It would be fun to play this on a stick, but this game has too many buttons. Yeah, you can't like make shortcuts for most of this. The only thing you can shortcut is the parry. There's a pickup button and everything, which is a good thing, but it makes it a lot harder to play this on stick. I thought this would be a good idea. It's not. I need to add, like, shortcuts. They give you that for the parry. I feel like they should give you a tag or something. I don't know why it doesn't take the controls that I tell it to give me. Maybe I just have to play on default. It's all messed up. Can I pick stuff up now? Okay. Maybe this works. Let's try that.
Ninja! Viva! Ninja!
I'm done using the stick for tonight. I wanted to play King of Fighters over Street Fighter 6, but it won't let me get into the damn training mode, because I guess the port is messed up or something. And Jitsu Squad just has too many buttons. I think when the arcade version of that does come out, which there actually is going to be one, by the way. I actually saw a video of it earlier. They're going to have to add button inputs, because basically it uses like 7 out of the 8 buttons. There's a parry shortcut, but that's like the only shortcut in that game. So it won't like fit on. It won't be really practical to play like that. It's kind of the problem, really. I feel they should get around it like how Street Fighter 6 and KOF 15 do, where they only have the 4 or the 6 buttons, but there's different commands that you can do. I think that's what they're going to have to do. That's how Skullgirls does it. The Skullgirls has like the whole tagging and the assists and stuff. And they make like shortcuts so that the game is still only 6 buttons. So that the average like 6-button arcade stick can still like play the game. I hope I get to play the arcade port someday. That'd be pretty damn cool. I think the other problem is that game is kind of long though. It's kind of like already over an hour and a half, so... It's a pretty fair game, I would say, but I feel like it's going to be on the long side, so I don't know how they're going to do extends. I don't know how they're going to do, like, if they're going to let you have a tag mode or something. If they don't let you have that, the game would kind of, like, not be as good as at home, but it's definitely on the longer side. It's definitely longer. You could probably beat, Streets 4 and Final Vendetta in the time it takes to beat that once. I think it'll be like the best beat 'em up they have on X Arcadia, but the length and the button layout is definitely a problem. It really put a lot of thought into like how that game would work on arcade.
Final Vendetta!
Give me your best shot.
This game works fine on. This game works fine. They should make an arcade version of this. I hope they're getting approached for it. It's the perfect length. It's difficult enough. They wouldn't have to change much because the way extends work in that game is like there's 6 hidden ones. There's 6 hidden ones, and then I think they added a couple of score extends. But yeah, that game fits way better than Jitsu Squad, just because it's a 4-button game. I would love to play arcade Jitsu Squad. I just feel like they would have to like really overhaul the controls, because 8-button beat 'em up is like excessive. Even fighting games, which are like arguably the most complicated arcade games out there in terms of the death and how many buttons they have, like an 8-button fighting game is like unheard of. It's cool that they're getting that offer, but I don't know if they've already thought of that or not. I haven't seen it myself, but yeah. Streets 4, that could get an arcade version really easily too, because it's really only like 4 buttons. A lot of the other ones that have come out wouldn't work either. Streets of Fury EX, I think that would be like really hard to port as well. Fight and Rage, I think that actually is getting a PC, an arcade port. That would work fine the way it was. I think they would probably have to nerf the extends though. I was thinking about that actually. Because you get an extend every 50k points. Also, that game does not have, it doesn't really have credit feeding in the traditional sense. Like, it does, but it puts you back at the beginning of that checkpoint. So, it's not like, you know, like the Turtles games or like Final Fight or something. You push start and you respawn right there. It'll be interesting to see how they do that as well. I think most people would probably need most of the extends, but they probably would, for it to make money, they probably would have to, like, increase it a little bit. Be interesting to see how they manage that. I'd say that and Final Vendetta and Streets 4 are like Turtles as well. Turtles is pretty light on the buttons too. Problem with Turtles is it's too long. Turtles is like a good 90 minutes casually. It's cool to see like new indie beat 'em ups being released in the arcade. It's pretty sick. A lot of them have problems like that. Extends are designed around casual play at home with friends, not like in an arcade cabinet designed to make money. Plus, the new beat 'em ups are like too fair. They're too skill based. I say Streets of Rage 4 is probably has the most jank out of those games, but you would still have to tweak the extends so that you can't have like 9 lives at the end, because that would like defeat the purpose. It's interesting stuff to think about. Maybe I'll make a video about that at some point. Like, what beat 'em ups could you put? What new modern beat 'em ups could you put in the arcade and have it like actually work? Mayhem Brawler as well. That's another one you could do. That game already has the path system, which is pretty great for an arcade format. Extends aren't too excessive either. I think they could actually do that pretty easily without having to really mess with the game much. It'd be cool to see that game get one as well. In fact, let's try that, and then I'm going to go ahead and stop for tonight. hate this. Now my controls don't work anymore. What the hell? Hello? Alright. This works pretty well. I had to get used to it, but this works pretty well, I'd say. They could easily put this in the arcade. Probably just have to nerf the extends a little bit, so you can't have like 9 lives. But that's easy to do. I'm done for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and rest. Streams later today. Let's see. Well, I'm going to the gaming meetup, so maybe I can stream from there. That'll be tonight actually. I won't be caregiving today. I'll be over there in the afternoon, but yeah, I might not see you guys for a while. That's why I kind of was playing a little bit of Street Fighter 6 tonight, because they'll be playing that over there, and like, yeah. The game's okay, I guess. It's probably not something I'd buy, but we'll see. The fighting games I do like aren't very popular right now, so I also can't really go to their meetups that much because of work. So they start too late. If they started earlier, if they did like Saturday from like noon to 6 or something, I could still do both. But they're going from like 6 to 11. So I can't like always go there. But yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight. I'll see you guys later. Good night.